All right, so here he is, the UFC featherweight king, Alexander Volkanovski. And we have truly run out of superlatives when it comes to talking about this man and his mixed martial arts acumen. There are three guys who can lay claim to being the greatest featherweight of all time, and yet Alex is kind of distancing himself from that pack.
It's crazy. It's crazy how good Alexander Volkanovski is. I mean, you always knew he could fight. But to see some of the performances as of late, and to see how he continues to evolve and get better even as the champion is really impressive. And it's a credit to him and all of his coaches, but mostly his mindset. I don't know if there's a guy in fighting that has a higher fight IQ than Alexander the Great. I just like to take note of what I'm experiencing every time this guy steps in the octagon, because it's always something special.
And certainly since he signed with the UFC all the way back in 2016, he has been a promotional workhorse, strength of schedule as good as it gets, and of course, as he enters competition tonight, can lay claim to 4 combined wins over Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, greatest featherweight of all time. All right, so tonight we get another look at the recent world title challenger, Brandon Royval, training under the watchful eye of Mark Montoya at Factory X. He was a little bit disappointed in how he fared in that championship setting against Alexandre Pantoja. The buzzword all week had been patience, and perhaps he was a little bit too patient against Pantoja. Came on late in that fight, but was unable to wrest the belt away from the Brazilian. Now he spins it forward, and still conceivably, as the most electric man in MMA, could be a win or two away from getting back to a championship setting. But a huge test in front of Brandon Raw Dog Royval here tonight. And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. The veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Brandon Royval.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. All right, the Volkman, Alexander Volkanovski, at one point in rugby league, he weighed 214 pounds. As you know, he competes at 145 pounds in mixed martial arts, and he has evolved into the best featherweight in the world today. Striking is the focus here tonight, particularly when it comes to the leg kicks. Believes that he can get those caps pretty sore on his opponent here early. Nicely done. Nice punch by Brandon Raw Dog Royval. All right, so we have got a full-on brawl to start this fight. Any concern that these guys might burn themselves out?
Oh, they're going to exhaust themselves. So we may as well enjoy it right now, because come the 3rd round, regardless of the weight class, they're going to look like 2 tired heavyweights in the middle of the octagon.
All right, so we will see early on how the Volkman chooses to proceed, and no surprise to see Volkanovski go to the leg kick.
I mean, we have seen this constantly with Alexander Volkanovski, especially in the first Max Holloway fight. He won the fight behind the leg kicks. He is so smart inside of the octagon that he will throw these leg kicks, not hard, but they draw something out of you, and then he starts to attack you with things that have more force. This guy's tremendous, and that is why he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
All right, so a nice connection there with the 1-2 for Alexander Volkanovski, the former rugby league standout. It's amazing to think not all that long ago this was a man who weighed 214.
I mean, that is massive. 214 pounds, fighting at featherweight. Could you imagine the discipline that he had to show in order to get to this weight class and do it pretty comfortably? He's not dying.
when he's walking to the scale. He's a pro's pro, and it's showing in his performances. Trading huge shots. Let's see who's going to be the last man standing.
So the Volkman, Alexander Volkanovski, continuing to excel here late in the round. He's a master in transition. Tonight, though, it's been largely striking that has led the dance for him.
It's been striking. I mean, he can do it all, John. The guy can do just about anything. But tonight has been the striking. The setup, the footwork, the traps, the fight IQ, finding his moments. We have seen this guy time and time again raise the bar. Tonight, he's doing it once again.
Well, defense doesn't necessarily win championships in MMA, but he's doing a nice job blocking these shots.
He's not allowing his opponent to get any damage off on him by blocking all these attacks.
Well, you know the book on this guy, very cerebral and tactical on the feet, and there is that inside leg kick.
Just a quick switch of the hips, and boom, inside leg kick lands.
Nice jab, follows it up with a nice right hand. Oh, the high kick lands. Final seconds of round one.
Another massive head kick lands.
Round two straight ahead.
All right, we're losing this one. You listening to me? We're losing this one. I need you to go out there and win this round. We gotta get this round. All right? There's no way he can keep up with your car.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights, DC. A lot of leg kicks for good measure in that round.
I mean, leg kicks are the key. You watch people win fights with just leg kicks, especially in this game. I mean, it is my strike of choice. I love it.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. Our next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back and forth action in the previous fight.
Yes, it wasn't a firefight. It wasn't too much.
Is that a huge strike right there? I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job.
Oh, a big left hand. Blocks that kick to the body. Leg kicks all day. His mobility is compromised. Might get it back a little bit as the fight continues, but that's an obvious limp right now.
Well, it's going to take ice on the calf, ice on the thigh when he gets to the corner to try and bring it back. But once you get dead leg, there's not much you can do.
Now a kick to the body. Oh, well, why get away from it? Another huge kick lands. All right, so we're starting to see some swelling now, DC. We'll see if he can make some adjustments defensively.
He's taking too many of these shots up top. I mean, he's got to move his head right away. He's waiting, he's being reactive. You got to be active in your motions before your opponent sets up their attacks.
Oh! Big right hand lands. Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in this second round. No denying that he has taken the message from his corner and picked up the pace here in round two. So pretty good recovery by the opponent after getting stunned pretty good. Oh, what a connection by him there. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school.
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the guard.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out.
Oh, you got to start to look to finish him now. All right, so the damage continues to be doled out, and well, that swelling has essentially rendered him a one-eyed fighter, and to that end, the referee has paused the action. He calls for the ringside physician.
And here comes the doctor. Doctor's going to take a look at him, check out the swelling, give him the old finger test to see if he can see his opponent in front of him and decide whether or not he can continue.
He's taking a close look. Going back to the referee. Looks as though he's going to allow the action to continue. Fans like that decision, but for the compromised fighter, maybe got to take some chances.
He's going to take a lot of chances now because he's got to rush. He cannot be as patient as he intended to be with that amount of swelling.
Royval's left leg is damaged now. You can see he is limping. It was that last kick from his opponent that appeared to do the bulk of the damage. All right, so a good job defensively by him here as he raises the guard and prevents any damage.
Shades of James Toney. Always seeing things coming at him. He's such a great defensive fighter.
20 seconds to go, round 2. Oh, just a nasty leg kick. That one hurt. That's hard to watch.
I mean, he is throwing those kicks with evil intent. He is trying to break his leg with every single kick.
10 minutes in the can.
Stop.
All right, so we hit the end of the round, and the fighter quickly makes his way back to the stool. The cut man hustles in to apply some end swell. This swelling has gotten out of control. All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He has got to move his head. He's trying to react when the punch is already coming, and that's not working. If he takes many more...
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. All right, here we go with the start of another round. Pretty good previous 2 rounds, I thought.
Yeah, it's been a very competitive fight to this point. Both guys have had their moments, especially in these last 2 rounds. Expect somebody to get ahead, but they've both been so evenly matched. We're still right where we started.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, he continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. And a good sign, too, doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever. Right on the button. Well, not much setup behind it. The right hook misses. Oh, kick to the head. That can't feel good. All right, good job by him there to raise the guard and protect his head.
He's doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure he's not taking those damaging strikes up top.
Big power shot there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Man, looks like he's trying to set records here, landing all of these strikes. He is aggressive to a fault and really... Oh, massive hip kick there. We'll see if he can finish.
Oh, this is trouble for Volkanovski.
So we have passed the midway point in the fight. Well-placed kick there by Volkanovski. Straight right hand, no good. Royval's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent. These guys are absolutely getting after it. Huge shots landing on both sides.
He's laying down ground and pound. If he doesn't move on the bottom, he's gonna get finished.
Looks like the referee could step in here. Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Blocked. Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, both guys are compromised. Both guys have been beat up. Both guys have done a great job of landing, recognizing what they wanted to get done, and it's showing. This is a very evenly matched fight.
Postures up, knee on belly, he's raining down ground and pound. He has to move, or the fight is gonna get stopped.
All right, well, that blow is buffeting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that blood, that crimson red is nothing more than something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
Hashtag swollen. His face is starting to close, my man.
It looks really bad. I mean, early in the fight, we talked about addressing things right now. He didn't do that, and now it seems as though he's going to pay for it.
Well, if you're the replay guy, a lot to like in that previous round. A lot of damage.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. And he is back up to his feet. Volkanovski's left leg appeared to be damaged by that last kick, so could be an emerging...
He's hurt, man.
Oh, another ground strike gets through. Oh, big left hook there.
He's hurting bad, man. That right hook is nasty.
Lands the kick to the body there. Royval's eye now closing up. And he caught the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. Just out of range with that uppercut.
Big shot to the head. He's gonna get himself knocked out. You gotta take a moment. He's gonna get knocked out if he doesn't take a break. You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
Ooh! All right, so at this point, the ringside position would be well within his right to stop the fight as the referee calls for him once again.
We get it. Toughness on full display, but this damage is too much. You gotta stop the fight.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right, fans don't like it, but he was rendered essentially a one-eyed fighter, and that is the end. It goes into the books as a TKO via doctor stoppage.
Well, he looks upset at the doctor's decision, but in time, he will accept that this is probably better for his fighting future.
Got to play better defense. All right, so this one goes into the books as a TKO via doctor stoppage. And Daniel, we will re-rack some of the replays here. A lot of damage sustained and a lot of swelling in that facial area.
You know, his toughness should never be questioned after watching this. Every time he got hit on that swollen part, you knew the pain that he must have felt. But hats off to his opponent for causing this damage and making sure he kept going to that area in order to get this fight stopped.
All right, let's get it inside of Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight. Declaring the winner by TKO, Brandon Royval.
All right, so a huge knockout tonight, as you heard it there from Bruce Buffer, from arguably the best boxer in this division. When we told him at the fighter meeting, hey man, your opponent's pretty well-rounded, he did not care about that noise, and the proof obviously is in the pudding tonight.
He knew that if the fight took place on the feet, he held the advantage, because there aren't many people fighting that have faster hands. And there's the hand speed that was on full display tonight, and you expect that from a guy that has this type of background in boxing. He did everything he needed to in order to get a massive stoppage